Good morning. Good morning, everybody. And a couple of people are in. I see I'm 1 minute late. Sorry about that. Sunday morning just seemed to be like all of a sudden it's like at the last minute, it's like, oh my God, it's 5 to 11. Oh my God, it's 11. So, anyway, thanks for, everybody for tuning in. And thank you for everybody who's going to be watching this as a video rather than a live event. So if you're finding this video and it's not 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday, you're catching this as a video. And this is also for the people that are live. Also, if you want to recheck this out, is that even a word? If you want to rewatch this as a video later and you have a personal question, write that in the comments. And what I've been doing, people have been writing like a simple question, about their lives or whatever. And then what I'll do either Monday or Tuesday is I'll pull a tarot card and I'll give you like a little mini reading on it. So if you're watching this as a video, just leave your question in the comments. And as long as I have time to do this, I will. So far, I've gotten every question that I've gotten. So let's see who's on. Hi, Susan. Hi, Janice. Good morning. Good morning. There's a little bit of an earthquake by Janice in Rhode Island. It was actually in eastern Massachusetts. So I don't know if you felt it or not, but it's a 4.0 and it's only like 9 miles deep. So that had to have been a fairly significant shake, I would think. So good morning, Carla and Catherine. So let's see. Did anything happen this week? Did I miss anything? Has there been any current events or? Oh boy. I think I covered this in the last Sunday when I did the weekly reading. It's fairly predictable. You're pretty careful not to be too politically what's the right word? Well, I try to stay very balanced in my YouTube presentation and not take any sides, because what's happening is that there's an awakening process that's going on, and a lot of the political stuff that's happening is sort of playing out based upon humanity's process of awakening. So pretty much, if you want to check out what I was saying last Sunday, I mean, I keep things in fairly general terms, but I think you could see where I was going at and what's happening. And on other platforms, I did very specifically predict that Biden would win, but that it would come under a lot of controversy, and there's probably going to be a lot of back and forth. The next couple of months are going to be very intense. So a little bit of a heads up. And if you guys want to get a little bit of astrology, my friend and colleague Armand Diaz does a weekly astrological forecast later on Sundays. His channel's Integral Astrology, and we're colleagues, but we're not affiliated as a business. So this is a recommendation from the heart. So anyways, getting into this. Hi, Yvonne. Wow, definitely didn't know about the earthquake. I think it happened around 9 a.m. And where you are, it may have been far enough away that you may not have felt it. I'm not sure. Not Carla's saying 9:02 this morning. Hi, Pauline. All right, so thank you guys for coming in. So for whatever reason, I just feel like I want to just do a little like prayer. Maybe the world needs to write about now. So dear Mother, Father, God, we thank you for all our blessings, and each day that we get up is a blessing. This physical life is a blessing. It's our spirit's way of learning and growing, and we all had the opportunity to make a difference in this historical time. So this is the time for awakening. This is the time to find out or figure out where our similarities lie rather than our differences. And we thank you, Great Spirit, for assisting us in our growth and evolution and keeping us safe during some very changeable and turbulent times around us. So thank you, and namaste and amen and shalom. So let's do the cards. And let's see what they're saying. So, I'm asking you what might be a little bit of a of a learning thing, and they're showing me the image of hearts. So that would be the cups in the tarot, and playing cards came from tarot cards, and that's why playing cards have four suits like the tarot. The the cups are the hearts. The spades are the wands. No, the spades are the swords. Hello. The clubs are the wands. And what did I miss? The diamonds are the pentacles. And then in playing cards, it's numbered 1 to 10. And in the tarot, there's numbered 1 to 10, ace through 10. There's three court cards in playing cards, but four court cards in the tarot. So the page and the page and the knight became the jacks. And there's 22 major arcana cards in the tarot, but there's only one major arcana card in playing cards, and that's the Joker, and that came from the Fool. So other than that, they're the same. So a lot of people actually do divination with playing cards also. So you can use tarot cards, you can use playing cards also for that as well. Tarot cards were created as a tool for spiritual growth, evolution, and meditation, and over time it became a divination tool. So the hearts or the cups are about emotion. It's about our ability to feel. It's the element of water, it's the direction of the west. When we get a lot of cups in our readings, we're being asked to look within and to see how maybe our own emotional state of being is affecting our perceptions of the world, or our perceptions of reality. Cups can come in on readings if there's going to be some happy emotions, like falling in love, for example, or feeling like a sense of love for jobs. But it's basically representing the emotional side of life. Now, emotions is energy in motion, right? Because it's the word motion with the letter E tacked right in front of it for energy. So what we feel creates such a powerful vibration within our bodies and within the space around us, that our emotions really go a long way in creating our reality, both collectively, as a unified, consciousness, as well as personally. So, what we feel, if you're questioning that, just think about maybe the first time you were madly in love with somebody, and all the crazy, foolish things that you did. And then you look back on that, it's like, what was I thinking? Well, the thing is, you weren't thinking. You were in such strong emotions that you were not thinking. And that's really how powerful our emotions and our feelings are. And a lot of people want to invalidate that, but it's hugely powerful. So what we feel, it vibrates, it creates a resonance, and everything is energy. So the way that we vibrate affects how the world around us vibrates and what we attract into our life. So learn about the cups and learn about emotions. We're going to be really, really tested during this time of Great Awakening. There's a lot of programs that triggered us emotionally, and you can see that in the politics. And just you're looking into Facebook, if you doubt that. I know that you don't, but a good example is that the other day I posted what movie what movie title describes the 2020 elections. That was it. I actually saw that in a friend's post, and my response was Joe versus the volcano. But again, I'm not saying this in a negative way to Trump. I mean, the fact that he's a volcano can be a positive thing, really. But anyway, that was my little funny retort. And some people, my favorite response was The Nightmare Before Christmas, actually. But then somebody took offense to something and accused me of writing dark posts, and then blocked me. and I'm like scratching my head, and it's like, dark posts, really? I didn't get that. But that's just an example of how our emotions are really being hijacked by what's happening in the world around us. And if you believe it in a higher order, or if you believe that there's a select few that control the flow of money and power in this world, awakening would be bad for business. But keeping people emotionally charged and not thinking, because when we're in heavy emotions, we're not thinking, we're just indulging in our feelings, then that kind of reduces our power, and that reduces our ability to to evolve and grow. So, there's a lot of theories. I make it a point not to get too deep into conspiracy theories, but I think, everybody that follows me on this channel is aware enough to know that there's more to the story than what we're seeing, and that there has been and it is a class of rulers in this world that are basically controlling the flow of money and power and energy. So anyways, that's my dissertation for the morning. Let's get into the cards. And I still see I've held steady with the numbers on. So thank you for not tuning out, because of that. All right, so let me just clear my mind. See, I'm laughing, so I have happy emotions now. And we want to laugh and we want to be happy, because that brings us closer to spirit or closer to God. And I don't know if all of you know this, but even faking a smile, just the way your face, the way your face changes, it actually releases. I think it's endorphins or dopamines, but it releases something in your body that makes you feel good. So even faking a smile can help you to feel better if you're down or depressed or anything. So hello, Jennifer, 11:11. Oh, I missed it. It's 11:13 now. Hi, Chris. Where was the earthquake? Somewhere in eastern Massachusetts. I don't know the exact location. I mean, I didn't feel it here, in the Catskills. All right, so again, focusing. Okay, I think we're good. Let's ask about what 3 cards can give us messages and clues about the coming week, or the events that are coming up this week. That affect all of us, basically. It's interesting, because when I'm doing this, I'm seeing the image of like a treadmill and exercising. So I think spirit is trying to give me the message to tell you to, with all the emotional stress that's going on, it's very easy to not take good care of ourselves. So to keep up with your exercise regimens, your diet regimens, and everything, we have to keep strong. Interesting card. They're all reversed. Oh, this is okay. I'm going to show you guys this, especially if you have any tarot readers on today. This is going to be very revealing. Firstly, they're all reversed. To me, reverse cards slow things down. So can we all see this? So basically, there's a good blend of energy here. There's the pentacles, which is the earth. There's the wands, which are on fire, and the high priestess links in with the energies of the moon. So that's very water. What's missing is the cups. What's missing is the love and the compassion and the positive emotion with that as well. And a couple of things to note here. Let me see if I can. I mean, not that it matters, but see if both me and my cards can be on camera here. It's very, again, it's kind of picking up where last week left off. It's a very kind of I don't want to say dark, but a controlling energy, or a very limiting energy right now as well. And the high priestess, especially as an outcome, can show like a great deception starting to be revealed. And a lot of people that are energetically involved with this great awakening and what's going on in the world with the politics are aware that there's a lot of deception, and there's been a lot of flaws in the systems for a very long time. So we've been involved in global systems and domestic systems that were just simply unsustainable. And you have to figure, taking the economic system as one example, that it's really just taking a little bug to bring it down and to make changes. And if it wasn't coronavirus, a war or a different type of natural disaster would have done the same thing. And people, great thinkers like Greg Braden comes to mind, have been warning us for quite a number of years, for about 20 years at least, that that the money systems are going to break down. That's beginning to happen. And this is why I also do a lot of training on law of attraction and money, because even though it's kind of a crash financially, it's actually opening the door to opportunities for us to do very well financially. So in the worst of times, it can be the best of times. Like Charles Dickens says, it's the best of times, it's the worst of times. So you just have to understand what's going on and then be able to tap into it. And Tony Robbins says that by 2025, that the information industry is going to be the biggest on the planet. In other words, doing things like having online forums, or making courses and selling them online, or stuff like that, taking advantage of the technology, the social media platforms, like I'm doing YouTube, and I'm doing this to share spirit's wisdom as I'm able to perceive it, or to able to come through me. But there's also a business side to it, because by doing this, I'm introducing things that I know and that I can teach, and creating courses and creating a following, so that I'll be able to make a lot of passive income. And by making more money, that means I can share more, and I can do more, and I can learn more, and make a bigger difference in the world. So this is like the new money. And the reason I'm mentioning it is this Five of Pentacles leading in. You kind of notice that they're sort of outside of the church, and the band-aid on the head is very indicative of psychic wounds, of mental and emotional wounding that the whole financial system is caused, or the whole really everything involved in world politics and money has caused it. And these are people that are basically poor, and in this before the pandemic anyway, in this upsurge in the economy that was really starting in the last administration, but gained some traction in this administration, really left a lot of people out in the cold. So a lot of it, in my opinion, is cosmetic. And again, nothing political, nothing against or for our current president. It's just the trends. It's just what's happening in the awakening, and what's happening in the politics is basically what we're creating as a collective in this process of awakening. And I think it's going to also lead to more attention given to those that are disadvantaged, and having them have a greater voice, or a greater measure in judging what's really going on in the economy as well. And again, then what's center, the Two of Wands. Two's about cooperation, two's about unity, two's about connection, but it's also reverse. It's also showing that we need to unlearn a lot of stuff too right now. And the reason I say that is this is like a scholar holding the globe in this particular deck. By the way, this is called the Hanson Roberts deck, but it's reverse. It's almost like we're having to let go and release this old knowledge and this old paradigm, the things that we thought we knew, in order that we can relearn, and we can relearn on more spiritual values. So the two also urges us to come together as a community, to put aside some of our differences, and really focus on what's alike. Because however we see the world, and the world politics, and the United States politics, basically we all want the same thing. We just have different ideas of how we're going to get there. So let's focus on what it is that we want, like what it is that's really important. And it all starts by becoming present. You're practicing presence, practicing meditations, the things that I teach. Those of you that actually that actually watch my videos. I'm not being facetious. For those of you that watch my videos, know that I talk a lot about being present. Presence isn't just a matter of like aware of what's going on in the world. It's a matter of being aware in each moment, and not allowing our thoughts and emotions to distract us from the present moment. So if I'm present now, I feel cool air on me. I become the observer of what I'm saying and talking about, rather than being emotionally or intellectually connected to it. I'm aware of my breath. I'm aware of my body. I'm aware of the space around my body. And when I can get into the state, that's when I start to become more spiritually aware, start to become more connected to great spirit and energy. And that's what we're being urged on. And then the high priestess is about intuition. It's part of the divine feminine. It's the maiden aspect of the divine feminine. But the high priestess also can talk about illusions, delusions, things that are hidden. Yeah, there's another word that I can't think of right now. Deception. Thank you, Spirit. This is about deception being uncovered, um, and and a lot's going to be revealed. And I don't think you have to read tarot or be psychic to know that this week and the weeks to come are going to be very up and down and very dicey. But it's nice to see it shown here. Now, the good news is nothing's showing up as a major disaster, but we're really heading into those times where things are going to have to be re-examined. Now, we do have an important astrological event happening Friday afternoon when Mars, that's been retrograde for a little bit, for about 2 months now, comes into direct in the sign of Aries, which would be roughly squaring the our country's sun, which is in Cancer. We were born July the 4th, and so a lot of things that are going. Then the eclipses that come up starting in the end of November, and then the second one in mid-December is really hitting the country's astrology hard. So it feels to me like there's going to be a lot of unrest around the elections. You can see it already. There's a lot of accusations of voter fraud and mismanagement of ballots and stuff like that. There's going to be, from what I'm seeing, there's going to be a lot of reluctancy to look into that. But there's still going to be, there's still going to be a lot of questions. Basically, I feel like the cards are calling on us to kind of reset a little bit and to step away. And I think, because the cards that are coming through are coming from spirit and are addressing everybody that's here watching live, but also everybody that's going to tune into this as a video later. So this is like our cards of how we can best handle and deal with things. I feel like we're being just urged to kind of step away from things for a couple of days, just kind of let the dust settle a little bit. And it's so easy to get triggered and me, and of course I'm not, God, or I'm not even an enlightened master. I'm just like you. I've just had different experiences where I'm able to facilitate and teach. But that said, I find myself getting emotionally triggered, and I've got to be like, well, no, stop! Don't get pulled into that. Don't get pulled into that programming. We have to rise above that. And I think right now we're being called upon just maybe, even if you can, maybe take like a 24-hour vow of silence or something like that, or do a little bit of intermittent fasting. We're also in the season that the bear goes into hibernation. That's really, especially with the shift in the climate, that's more starting in December than November, especially because it's in the 70s today, even in the Catskills, which I'm going to get out and enjoy it, after we're done here. But as the bear hibernates, that's about looking within. That's about going within, going into that cave of introspection, digesting the lessons of the year past, and then coming out with new insight, new energy, new birth, new life. So that's what bears do in the spring. They come out of their hibernation. So that's basically what I'm feeling about this as well. Just getting into the numerology, the high priestess is a 2. This is a 2. So 2 is an important number this week. Again, 2 is about cooperation. It's about finding the common ground. What do we all want? What, as human beings, as evolving spirits, what do we have in common? What do we all want? What do we all need to grow, to survive, to evolve at this time? Rather than focusing on what's different, who's a Democrat, who's follows Trump, we need to get out of that dualistic thinking. The high priestess especially talks about dualism, but it's falling. It's all falling. And the people, we, the people of the Medium channel, this community, we can make a difference and not buy into dualistic thinking. And the best way to do that is to practice presence and to practice meditation. And then the 5 is about freedom and change. So the number 5 in numerology is freedom and change. So by going back into our unity, by stepping back a little bit, and because every day you're going to hear something different in the news, and especially about the polling process, which is obsolete and not fair, and there's significant evidence in at least including this one, I'd say 4 elections in the last 20 years. 3 or 4, there's been significant evidence of voter tampering to some degree or another. So this is another system that needs to fall, and we need to get a better system of voting. So it's, again, it is what it is. I'm not taking sides. I'm not throwing out the conspiracy flag or anything like that, but it's documented. It's shown. I mean, it's not proven, but it's well validated. So the point being is that it comes more into awareness, and we have a president that won't give up, that will fight till the bitter end, and love him or hate him. The effects of President Trump is going to be catalyzing an awakening and a change of the systems in the society. So again, stepping back, going into oneness, going into unity, going into meditation, finding what we have in common, what we all want, which is joy, happiness, freedom, and growth. We're here to live, learn, love, and grow. And if we can keep that as our main paradigm of our mentality and our energy fields, we're going to be the teachers and the way showers, because this is just the first step of a long awakening process in this planet. 2020 is just the very beginning. This is just the beginning. I wanted to pull an angel card also, see what the angels have to say, a la Doreen Virtue. And I want to also see if there's any comments I need to see. Mercury's in the shadow, yeah, so slow down makes sense. Yeah, definitely. I believe deception will be revealed on many levels. Absolutely. That's what the high priestess is telling us. And and again, this is my take, but politics is just the very surface of that, I believe. It's just almost like the effect, not the cause, what's going on in American politics and world politics. So let me ask the angels to give us all a nice parting message so we can enjoy this beautiful day. Oh my gosh, I love this one. Again, this is our Doreen Virtues take on angelic messages. So I'm going to read this because I don't know if you guys can. And Isabella says, yes, the timing is right for this new venture. A happy outcome follows your positive expectation. And I believe, based on the picture and everything, I believe what the angels are saying is this is the time to really follow your heart. And I'm actually, going to do a video on how to find your life calling. I'm going to shoot that this week, but I have, I think 5 videos that I made already that I haven't released yet. So that one may come out around the new year, but I feel like this is a time to really get to know who we are and to know that we have a calling, whether it's a career path or an entrepreneurial path or whatever it is. And I believe that this is part of an awakening message for us. It really feeds very well on what we were just talking about. And yes, the timing is right. I think they're trying to say the timing is right for this change. The timing is right for all this chaos, because out of confusion comes clarity. out of chaos comes order. Um, and out of strife comes awareness, growth, and understanding. So that is what I have for you today, my loves, and thank you for tuning in. And what else is going on? I think that's about it. I've got a neat video on spirituality coming out this Thursday on the 6 foundations to build the spiritual path from. So check me out then, and we'll see you next Sunday, God willing, and if the creek don't rise. And take care and enjoy this beautiful weather if you're tuning in from the Northeast. This is a gift in November. This really is. So I'm going to enjoy this gift right now. So love you and thank you.